right. Welcome, everybody. So today is going to be a class about everything and nothing, right? So I want you to start in a comfortable seat. So get yourself set up. We're going to use some tennis balls, some blocks, a strap, and possibly a blanket. So in your comfortable seat, just start to focus on your breath. And remember that you don't have to sit cross-legged, right? I want you to sit in some way that you are focused on your breath and your body and not worried about like how your ankles or knees or hips feel as you're sitting here. So just some long, smooth breaths. And as you're breathing in, you might even imagine that you're bringing in some of that beautiful sunlight, so filling your body with light as you breathe in, and taking a moment to notice how you're feeling today. Kind of talked about it before we started, but how is your body? Where is your mind? How is your breath? And then after setting your intention for how you want to feel or anything that you're focused on in your life right now, releasing your hands, and we're going to stretch out our legs into a wide angle. And at first, I just want you to point and flex your feet and make some funny noises with your heels on the ground. And then you're going to find your tennis balls, your tennies, and bend your knees so that you can get those tennis balls right under your calves. And you're going to, again, point and flex your feet. See if you can let your legs be heavy. See if you can have your heels connected to the ground as you're doing that. And then we're going to move back a little bit. And I know some of you have stuff under your bum, but so you can either physically move the tennis balls down your calf a little bit, or you can move your body back as the tennis balls roll in. Okay. And I know that they're probably a little bit sensitive. At least mine are. Okay, and we're going to move down a little bit further. So you're making your way towards your Achilles. See those wide mouths. Okay. Now, when you feel like you've had enough of that, we're going to take out the tennis balls and place your hands on your legs. And the inhale is going to be body up. Exhale, you're going to slide down towards your ankle or foot, wherever it's comfortable. It might be your knee. Inhale up, exhale down. So side to side. Now, if it sounds inviting, you're going to start to take that outside arm up over in line with your ear. If that part doesn't feel good, don't do it. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. It's kind of our waking up the side bodies, among other things. Okay. When you finish your second side, we're going to pause in the middle for a moment. And this is always really interesting, right? I want you to bend from here, right? From your pelvis, as opposed to bending with your head, right? So you're going to keep your head in line with your body. Inhale, body up. Exhale, body forward. So as I like to say, leading with your heart. And then next time we come forward, I want you to come forward to a place that feels comfortable and actually have your hands on the ground, however far away from your body. Take one or two nice full breaths. And then on an inhale, we're going to walk up. And then we're going to take one hand, let's take that left hand behind, right hand in front. I want you to press down gently with your fingers as you keep your body long and gently twist to the left. Again, take one or two nice full breaths. And on one of those exhales, we'll turn back to the center, and then left hand comes forward, right hand back. Fingers pressing gently into the ground as you twist to the right. Again, a couple of nice full breaths. And on one of those exhales, coming forward. And then we're going to take our left leg and bring your foot in towards your thigh. Right? Now, for some of you, if this causes any discomfort, you can take that leg and have it jutting right out in front and not at an angle. So just kind of find a position that feels comfortable for you. And if your knee is up in the air, you might put a blanket or a block underneath. Then we're going to take our hands around that straight leg. So you're gently twisting your body. Inhale, body up. And we're going to exhale. You're either going to slide down or you're going to have your arms in line with your ears. Inhale up, exhale down. Do whichever one feels the yummiest. All right. Now, next time we come up, and this one might be a little bit interesting for some of you. We're going to take our hands, I'll kind of turn to the side. We're going to take our hands behind us, and your lower leg and your knee and the heel of your right foot are going to be your foundation. And we're going to lift up. And then you might reach your toes towards the ground on that straight leg. Down, lift up. Is that hitting that spot, Julie, or not yet? Not even touching it. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Okay, next time you come down, and this is where it gets really interesting, we're going to take that leg, and you might want to have a blanket under your left knee because we're going to sweep that leg behind us. So we're in a pigeon prep pose, right? And your left foot is in a comfortable position. It might be angled. If you're super flexible, you might have it parallel to the width of your mat. We're going to keep the knee off the ground, right? So turn your toes under and lift that back knee up off the ground. And then we're going to inhale up, exhale, body towards the floor. You good? This is my kind of push-up. All right, now, next time you come up, we're going to gently place that back knee on the ground, and some of you might like a blanket under that back knee because we're going to put a little weight on it, because we're going to bend that back knee. And then you might walk your hands to the inside of your bent leg and reach back with your right hand and pull that heel in, or you might just reach the heel towards your butt, and that's going to be enough of a stretch. Right, so explore and see what feels good for you. Don't overdo it. Didn't a couple of you say you wanted to work on legs today? Yes. Keep breathing. Don't force it. And definitely patting under the back knee really helps here. So when you feel like you've had enough, we're going to gently release that foot. You're going to take your butt to the ground. Sweep that leg forward. And then we're going to lift it up with the bent knee and hold on to your knee and your ankle, or you can cradle your lower leg if that feels good to you. And cradling kind of looks like this. But do whatever's going to allow you to move the most. Then we're going to take this foot and we're going to place it on the ground in front of your shin. And if it works better for you, you could have that other leg stretched out. Okay, then right hand behind you. So if your right foot's in front, right hand's behind you. Inhale, reach up with that left arm. And then as you exhale, gently twist, belly towards that inner thigh. Long, smooth breaths. Some of you might take your elbow to the outside, or you might hold on with your hand. You're looking for what feels good in your body. And then let's inhale up, exhale forward. Now this one is really fun for me. There's some sarcasm there. We're gonna grab onto the knee and the ankle and stack that leg right on top. Now, an option would be to have the leg straight, right? Your left leg straight. Somebody has their vibration on their phone. Now, I want you to flex that right foot and put one hand on top of the knee, one hand on the foot, and we're gonna gently start to come forward. Might be a teeny tiny movement. Might not feel like any movement at all.
Is it okay if your top knee doesn't go beyond vertical?
Yes. And you could straighten out that left leg.
Yeah.
Try it that way. And you might inhale up, exhale forward, or you might find more comfort just staying forward and breathing, right? So finding out what feels, again, good for you. Has this leg almost had enough? You're like, no, yes. All right, when you come up, next inhale, we're gonna release that leg, and you might put a strap around the padded part of your foot, or you might hold on to your leg. We're gonna stretch it up. So now we're gonna stretch and bend, or you might like to keep it, raised up and bring your body towards the leg, always seeing what feels right for you. Now the key is to remember everything for the second side. So now we're gonna let that leg go. We're gonna stretch out the left leg and bring your right foot into that inner thigh. And again, you still have the option of having that left leg forward. And if this knee is lifted, you're gonna put a blanket or a block underneath. Take a breath. I haven't talked about breathing for a minute, so keep breathing. We're gonna take our hands around the straight leg, gently bring your belly towards that leg, and then inhale up, either exhale, slide down, and inhale up, or arms in line with your ears, whichever feels better for you. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Moving with your breath, y'all look great. There's no rushing. It's what feels good for you. So next time you come up, we're gonna bring our body back to center, take our hands behind us, and again, your lower leg and your left heel are going to be your foundation as you start to lift your hips up. So you're lifting the hips up, move with your breath. And I know for some of us, it's like, that butt doesn't come very far off the ground, but that's okay. The idea is to get that movement with your breath. One more time. And then when you come down, we're gonna walk the hands around your knee. And again, you might wanna get a blanket underneath you. We're gonna sweep the left leg behind us. And remember, we have the toes turned under on that left leg. And the reason I like the knee off the ground, I get a much nicer stretch on the front of the hip flexor. As soon as I drop that knee, the stretch goes away. And we're still breathing. Now we're gonna end, these are our push-ups. Inhale up, exhale towards the floor. It does make me feel like I'm doing something. Now, one of these times when you come up, we're going to gently place that back knee on the ground. Again, you might like a blanket there. Walk your hands to the inside of your bent leg. And then you'll start to bend that back knee a little bit. And again, some of you might take that left hand and start to pull the heel in, but you do what feels most appropriate for you right now. Keep breathing. And as you feel complete, Gently release the foot to the ground, your butt to the floor. You're gonna sweep the left leg around and bend the knee. Take hold of your ankle and your knee, or cradle your leg. We're gonna move side to side. Still breathing, noticing how it feels as you move through your leg and your hip and the low back. We're going to place that left foot on the ground and take that left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale gently. Bring that belly towards the inner thigh. And again, some of you might take your elbow around. And take a couple of nice full breaths. One of these inhales, lengthening the spine, exhale, coming forward. Everybody's favorite, coming up. We're going to lift up that leg, and you want to keep this foot flexed, right, so that we take the play out of the ankle, and then cross over top. And again, some of you might have that right leg straight. I love that this pose is called vajrasana, like a log, but it's not. All right, so again, we're gonna press one hand on the bottom of the foot, one hand on the top of the knee. Inhale, body up, exhale, body forward. Or again, if it feels better just to stay forward and breathe, you can do that. I see those elbows bending. It's a good sign. And then next time you come up, let's release the top leg, and holding on to your ankle or your leg or using a strap, we're going to bend and straighten that leg. Now, we've done quite a bit with our legs so far, so next time you bend the leg, we're going to straighten them both out on the ground and sit up nice and tall. So here, I want you to notice your forward bend. So we're going to keep the feet flexed. Inhale, body up, and exhale, forward. And you're just noticing, how does it feel in the back of your legs, low back. And next time you inhale up, let's grab those tennis balls, and we're going to bend the knees and put the tennis balls so your butt stays on the floor. I say that all the time, right? Press the tennis balls to the front of your pelvis, straighten out the legs a little bit, and then you're going to move either side to side or front to back. Feel how tight or loose your hamstrings are as you're doing this, the muscles in the back of the thighs. So today we're experimenting, because after we take those tennis balls out, we're going to see if our forward bends are any different. And some of us might need the tennis balls there a little bit longer. But whenever you're ready to take them out, you're going to take them out, flex your feet again, hands on your legs, inhale, body up, exhale, forward. But does it feel differently at all? So on an inhale, you're going to come on up. You're going to take those hands behind us and bend your knees. Bring your heels fairly close to your buttocks. And then inhale, we're going to lift up the hips. And keep your vision on your knees, right? And if this doesn't work for your wrists, you could be on your elbows. Just know that you won't come up as high, which is fine. All right, inhale up, exhale down. One more. Yay. Okay, so when you come down this time, we're going to make our way up to standing. So safely getting yourself up onto your feet and finding a tennis ball. We're going to roll through the feet a little bit. Are we getting warmer? Yeah. Oh, interesting. It's always interesting rolling your feet, right? And getting as much of the bottom of your foot as you can, noticing what's there. You control how much pressure. If you're at home, just don't use anything harder than a tennis ball. You can even use like a rolled washcloth or a softer ball than a tennis ball. We're going to switch feet. You're still breathing and noticing. And then again, trying to get the whole bottom of the foot, and when you start to feel complete with that, we'll set the tennis ball off to the side. The idea is to make sure we give enough attention to both sides. So, does everybody have 2 tennis balls? If you do, and you can do this without any tennis balls too, okay? We're going to take 2 tennis balls and put them about hip distance apart, and then very carefully you're going to place your heels on those tennis balls. And you want a little bit of yellow sticking out behind your heels. And then ground down through the 4 points of your foot, right? The base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, both sides of the heels. Feel your feet on the ground as completely as you can. And I say that because some of us, when we have the tennis balls under, we put the weight in the front of our feet. So you're going to start to move with your arms, inhaling the arms up, exhaling the arms down. And then once you come to a height with your arm that feels comfortable for you, on the exhale, we're going to come into a little chair. Inhaling up, exhaling back, making sure that we bend through the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Nice. And next time we come into our chair position, we're going to bring those hands to the heart center. And they may stay here, you may release them. We're going to add in a twist. So you're either going to take your hands to the thigh or bring your elbow to the outside of the knee, whatever feels comfortable, right? Feet are still grounded. Some of you may open up your arms and extend the bottom arm down and the top arm up. Only doing what feels good. Hands come back to the heart center. Inhale, center. Rise up. Exhale down into your chair with the hands to the heart center. And again, taking the second side. Either hands on the thigh or elbow to the outside of the knee. Maybe extending both arms. Keep breathing. Again, as you start to feel complete, hands to the heart center. Inhale, center. Rise up. Exhale those hands to the heart center, and we're going to put 1 tennis ball to the side and come towards the front of your mat. And some of you, so we're going to have 1 tennis ball in the front, and some of you might like to have blocks. If you like blocks when you're lunging, then you'll have some blocks. All right, so we're going to start with those feet about hip width apart. Hands on your thigh. How's everybody doing? Besides getting warm in this cool room. We're going to inhale, body up, and exhale, slide down. And then inhale, halfway up, and exhale into your forward bend. Knees can be bent as much as you want. Some of you might like to stay in your forward bend. Now this is where we're going to play a little bit, and safety is always first. So if it doesn't feel appropriate for you, you're not going to use the tennis ball here, okay? So if you want to try this, you're going to place that tennis ball under your left heel and make sure you're smushing the whole foot, and then we're going to step back into our lunge. So you want to be really grounded on that front foot. Right? Now, some of us are going to stay here. Some of you are going to explore the possibility of bringing your hands onto your thigh. You just hear my husband say, "You get what, you know?" So can you feel your core engaging to try to help you balance? You might not be able to connect with it yet. All right, then we're going to take hands down, back foot forward. Take that tennis ball out, second foot. And again, get that foot engaged, right? All 4 points of the foot. Now we're on the second side. And then when you're ready, stepping back with your left foot. And you're still breathing. And you have your feet hip width apart. Your knee is over your ankle. And then possibly hands come up onto the thigh. You're still breathing. Beautiful. When you're ready, exhale on down, step that back foot forward. You can get rid of your tennis ball. And inhale, slide on up. Thank you, tennis ball, for giving us that lovely experience. All right, so here we are. Feet are about hip width apart. And for a moment, I just want you to breathe. Right, so you feel your feet on the ground. And imagine that you have little roots coming down from all the points of your feet down into the earth. And as you breathe in, your energy goes down through those roots into the earth. And as you breathe out, you pull up earth energy up through your body. We're going to place the hands at the heart center, gently resting your thumbs on your sternum. And you feel your feet on the ground. We're going to take the weight into the left foot and start to bend that right knee. Find your focus. You could also grab onto a wall or the bar behind us if we're in here. We're going to take that foot down. Find your weight in your right foot. Keep breathing and lift up the left knee. And then when you're ready, you're going to place that foot down on the ground. And for this next series, some of you may like to be at a wall or the bar, not the alcohol bar. Just like, all right. So now we're going to take the weight into your left foot across that right ankle over top. Right? So this is kind of what we were doing when we were on the ground. And then you're going to explore the possibility of starting to sit like you're putting your butt into a chair. So you want to bend that standing leg. And then some of you may even start to take your body towards your shin and wrap your foot around your right elbow, left elbow. Keep breathing. And then very carefully, you're going to make your way up, uncross that leg. Really do like this pose because it does so many different things, right? But making sure the whole time nothing happens uncomfortably in your knees, your hips, or your ankles. So when you're ready, we're going to take the second side, cross over, and if your foot doesn't go over your knee, you can be on the lower leg as well. And then you're going to start to sit down, like you're putting your butt into a chair. Let that standing leg bend, and then possibly start to bring your forearms towards your shin and wrap the foot around your elbow. Keep breathing. Again, as you start to feel complete, we're going to come on up, let that foot go. We're going to do it one more time and add on a step. But before we do that, let's take the hands onto your thighs. Inhale, body up. Exhale, come forward. And just a couple of times, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, in towards your legs. And then inhaling all the way up. And for this one, you might like to have blocks in front of you. We're going to do the first side again, right? So crossing the ankle over or above the knee, inhale up, exhale like you're sitting into your chair. Maybe your forearms come to your shin, maybe your hands come down to the blocks, and you might possibly start to bend and straighten your standing leg. Being very aware of your knees and what's happening in your body. And then gently, if you're connected to the blocks of the floor, you're going to release that leg to the floor, take your hands onto your legs. Inhale, body up. How are we doing? Is that okay? We're going to do the second side. So again, crossing over, ankle over above or below the knee, hands at your heart center. Inhale, body up. Exhale, as if you're sitting into a chair. Maybe forearms towards your shin. Maybe hands come down to the floor or the blocks. And then possibly bending and straightening your standing leg. And again, when you feel complete with this, we're going to carefully release the top foot down to the floor. Take our hands onto the legs. Inhale, body halfway up. And exhale into it. Now from here, we're going to actually bring ourselves all the way down to the ground. And you might like to have a blanket under your knees. We're going to do a little vinyasa here where we connect some poses together. And I'm going to invite you to use a sound if you choose on the exhale. So you inhale, right, and you're bringing in air. Then you exhale, and if you're making a sound, you make the sound when you exhale. Okay? So options, you could start seated in this position, or you could have your hips over your knees, whichever feels most comfortable in your body. Hands at the heart center. We're going to inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale towards child's pose as we om. Inhale up to tabletop. Exhale into down dog, or if you choose child's pose. And again, om. Inhale, plank or up dog or tabletop. And exhale, down dog or child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. So we're going to do that a couple more times, and you decide which poses work for you today. Right? You could stay in tabletop and child's pose. You could just do plank and down dog, or you can do the whole flow. Okay. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog, or child's pose. Inhale, plank or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to the to the sky. Possibly tabletop. Possibly down dog. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhale back. Tabletop. Child's pose. Reaching for the sky. Hands. And again, whatever position you ended in, I want you to just connect to your breath, and you can use that, using those roots down into the earth, or focusing on feeling the breath through your body. Notice your body temperature, your heart rate, your breathing. One more thing for our legs while we're here. So when you're ready, you might have your blocks out in front. We're gonna come up onto our knees and stretch one leg out to the side. Let's just say the right leg so that you're not bonking your neighbor. Okay, beautiful. Now with this one, you're gonna move with your breath, but as we're finding these different positions, if it feels better to stay, you might choose to stay in the position. So we'll start with our arms out to the side. Inhale, body up. Exhale as we come towards our straight leg. Inhale, body up, and exhale, and you might come down onto the block towards our bent leg side. So again, you might move with your breath. Inhale up, exhale over, or you might choose to hold one position for a period of time. The idea, you want to feel that nice stretch through your rib cage, your side bodies. You're going to keep breathing. If you're moving side to side, we're going to do each side one more time. And then we'll meet in the middle. Bringing that leg in, finding your balance. And then when you're ready, stretching out your left leg. Again, pause, connect with your breath. Extend those arms whenever you're ready. Inhale up. Exhale towards your straight leg. Inhale up and exhale towards your bent leg. And notice how you can use your different body parts to facilitate. Like when I'm over on the bent knee side, I press my foot gently into the ground as I reach away with my fingertips. So just exploring. When I'm here, I'm pressing the knee into the ground and reaching over with those right fingertips. Again, we're going to do each side one more time if you're moving side to side. And then we'll meet in the middle. And we're going to bring ourselves down to the ground. So what's a safe way for you to get your body down onto the ground? But if you have the blanket there, you might either open it up or take it out so that you just don't have a lump in one section of your body laying down. So let's come down onto our backs with our knees bent. And we will, and have, does everybody have a strap? Have a strap and a block within your hand's reach. And we carefully get ourselves down onto our back. And we're going to start with the block, and we're going to place it between your knees, right? And you can have whatever width of the block works for you, and the lower legs might be parallel to the floor and your feet are flexed. And you might have your arms extended out to the sides. We're gonna inhale, center. Exhale, you're gonna reach your knees towards the right hand. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, knees towards your left hand. And you're just working with the legs and the lower part of the body, feeling that low back on the ground as you're moving. And you're exploring, where do your knees really want to go as you're moving side to side. One more time on each side. We're going to pause in the middle. And let's take that block out. And just bring your knees into your chest. And you can rock side to side or in a circular motion, or just remain stationary. Whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, we're gonna take the strap on the padded part of our feet and stretch those legs up towards the sky. And something we don't talk about often is how you hold your strap. So I just want you to hold your strap in a way that it's firm, but you're not losing circulation in your hands. We're going to inhale with those legs pointed up towards the sky, and exhale, you're going to bend your knees and pull your legs towards your body. And it's absolutely okay if there's a little bend in your knees. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, legs toward your body. One more time. Then let's keep the right foot in the strap. And we're gonna hold that leg so that it's perpendicular towards the sky, or you can start to take that leg towards your body, whatever feels comfortable. And the movement is going to be to extend your left leg down towards the floor, and the heel hovers over the ground. And then you're gonna bring that leg back up. So we're just moving through the left leg. Your right leg is stationary in whatever position is comfortable. You're just kind of noticing as you move that leg up and down, what's happening in the leg and the low back, breath. Next time the left leg comes up, let's put the left foot on the strap, the padded part of the foot, and then bring that left leg wherever it's comfortable, perpendicular or towards your body. Then starting to move through the right leg. Trying not to hit that heel on the ground. One more time. When that leg comes up, we're going to take the strap off your left foot and just bend your knees. And again, rocking side to side or squeezing your knees in towards your chest, whatever feels best for you. Then we're going to bring our ankles and feet together and your knees with your arms at the sides. Inhale, we're going to bring those arms up overhead and open your knees out to the side so the bottoms of your feet come together. Exhale, knees come together, arms come down. And if either one of those movements, arms overhead or opening your knees out to the sides, doesn't work, you can just do one of the movements. Always figuring out what works best for your body today. Now, next time that your knees are open and arms are overhead. If that's comfortable for you, I want you to stay like that for a couple of breaths. See if you can soften your body, let it relax into the ground. And if it doesn't feel good with the arms overhead, you can bring them down to your sides. Now on one of your exhales, let's bring the arms out to the sides and bring your left knee onto the top of the right knee. And you could have a block underneath your knee. Just doing a gentle little twist here. And your head can be in the same directions of your knees, or you can turn it in the opposite direction. On an inhale, we'll bring the head and knees back to the center, and then exhale to the second side. Again, on an inhale, whenever you're ready, we'll come back to the center, and this is where I want you to check in with your body. Literally ask yourself, body, is there anything else that you need? And if so, I want you to go ahead and do that. And if you're ready to move into shavasana, then I invite you to do that. And remember that we have all sorts of stuff here, props to get yourself comfortable. And then as you start to settle into the floor, you might want to use one of the visualizations we used in practice today. You might use, breathing down into the earth and pulling up earth energy, or you might invite light in as you breathe in, inviting that light to move through out the body. So that is from the Yoga Sutra, Untitled Chapter, and what it says is when I focus on the light, I become the light, and the light takes on whatever qualities that light means to you. So as you are still on the floor, I'm going to invite you to start to focus on your breathing. And imagine that as you breathe in, you're breathing in through your left nostril, and breathing out through the right. And next time you breathe in, it's through the right, and out through the left. So we're doing alternate nostril using our mind's eye and our breath. Breathing in through the left, out through the right, and then in through the right, out through the left. If your mind plays games like, oh, air is still going in, don't worry about it. Just focus on that sensation of air moving in one nostril and out the other. Next time you breathe out through the left nostril, go back to regular breathing with both nostrils. And as you breathe in, now invite that light, whether it's golden sunlight or moonlight or any color light that you're drawn to, breathing in that light. And as you breathe in, filling up your head, right? The breath goes right to the center of the head, and the light builds up in there. And as you breathe out, inviting that light to move out into each and every cell, filtering through your entire body. And once you feel like you're filled with light or glowing orb of goldenness, whatever it is that comes to you, you can choose to keep that and move through your day with that, or you can invite it to dissipate out into the air around you. And then when you're ready, starting to make those slow, thoughtful movements, how do you want to gently reawaken today? What would feel really good? Maybe nobody's going to move today. And before you leave me, I want to do a couple little hand exercises. And so, taking your time getting up, those of you who are upright, you might interlace your fingers and start to roll through your wrists a couple times in each direction. And then we're going to take one hand like you're saying stop, and then very gently, without forcing anything, take your other hand and pull the the fingers and the top part of your hand back towards you. Keep breathing. Then we're going to take the fingers down and holding your hand as opposed to the fingers, pulling towards your body. Those of us who work with our hands, that's most all of us, no matter what you're doing, we're using our hands. This is a wonderful little thing to help release. And we're going to do the second side. So stop and then gently pull the top part of the hand and the fingers towards you. Again, fingers down and gently hands on the hand as you pull towards yourself. And whenever you're done shaking out your hands, and I thought we could either end with an Om or we could do that Yoga Sutra together. Squeaky wheel, not heel. Guess what? What is it?
Sutra.
Sutra, thanks. Okay, so it's vishoka, jyotish, mati. So I'll say it one time and then you can all join in. Vishoka, jyotish, mati. Vishoka, jyotish, mati. And again, transliteration, when I focus on the light, I become the light. I think it's 132 or 133. I always forget those number things. I remember the words though, so thank you all so much for being here, and I thank my teachers past and present, and I acknowledge the lands that I live and work on. And I hope that everybody has a beautiful, beautiful day, and that you can focus on the light, whatever that means to you. So namaste.
Namaste.